Hi everybody, Adam here. Today we're taking a look at an awesome new Lego book called The Lego Lighting Book, Light Your Lego Models by Brian M. Williams. This book is published by No Starch Press. And, really excited about this book. I was fortunate enough to pick up a copy while I was at Brickworld Chicago 2023. And Brian was actually at the convention. And I was fortunate enough to be able to get him to sign my copy of the book, which was really nice. Quite happy with that. And while I was there, I got to listen to a talk that he gave about this book and the subject of Lego lighting, which I thought was really interesting. So I was excited to pick up the book. And as you know from some of my videos, I'm avidly working through lighting various aspects of our Lego layout here in the Lego room. So we've been doing lighting within the city, inside buildings, outside buildings, with our trains and in other aspects of our Lego models as well. So, very interesting for me personally to read through a number of the different topics in the book here. And I think that's one of the great things about the book in general is that it covers a wide variety of topics, and there's a lot in here for people with all experience levels with Lego lights, from people who are very new and just starting to pick up the idea of adding lights to their models, all the way up to people who are more experienced with lights and are continuing to refine their craft. So definitely a great book from that perspective. Now, before we take a look inside the book, I just want to take a quick look at the back of the book here. And, a couple things to note here. One, we've got some examples of the excellent photography work that is found throughout the book. And I really like the addition of those images of lights being used with various types and shapes and sizes of builds. Really gives a lot of inspiration and helps to really get the sort of the mental gears going with what you might find interesting and useful when applying lights to your own personal Lego builds. And these images are from, generally speaking, I think are all from Brickworld Chicago. And you'll probably recognize a few things if you've watched our videos on the channel here from the World of Lights. But the images alone, super high quality and a really nice addition to the book. Just gives you that ability to kind of leaf through the book, and even without reading, pick up things that are applicable to you and your particular situation. Now, it also highlights on the back here a few of the other things that you can find in the book. How to apply lighting techniques used in art, architecture, photography, film, and theater, installing lights in vehicles, buildings, etc. And, there's even some different builds that it gives you instructions for throughout the book that, allow you to build various build various objects that utilize light, and you're building them out of Lego, which is cool. And, it just gets the, it's a different way of getting the creative juices going. One way to do that is by looking at pictures and sort of getting ideas from that. And then it's another thing entirely when you start putting bricks in your hand and putting them together in an interesting, different way. And working with lighting products, it really helps to build up a different set of ideas than you might get normally from just looking at images. So I think personally a really nice touch to the book. But now let's take a look inside the book and see, all the different chapters and some of the other cool things that are found inside the book. Now, taking a quick look at the table of contents here, one of the things that really struck me about the book was how well organized it is. I thought it was a very thoughtful sort of progression that you move through with each chapter. And, really the book hits all the different aspects that you would want to see in terms of different types of projects you might consider adding lights to. So the book starts out with looking at, light becomes art, and it's taking a look at World of Lights and some just general interesting applications of adding lights to Lego. Then it moves into lighting solutions, so talking about products that Lego used to offer for lights and third-party lighting options for Lego and just general lighting products that you can purchase and add to your builds. And then it starts to move into the types of lighting projects that you may have with your Lego builds. So interior and exterior lighting, lighting with characters, lighting with vehicles. Then sort of interesting applications applications or ways of mixing light and Lego with, shadow art, and then glowing bricks, whether it be some of the standard Lego bricks that, just by being in room light and then turning off the light, they end up, glowing. Or, there's other bricks that work really well with UV lighting and, take on the light from that in an interesting way. And then it moves into dynamic lighting for the last chapter. So a really nice progression and overall sort of coverage of the subject matter. And then, as I mentioned, each chapter has a project, just a simple set of instructions where you can build something interesting. Sometimes it's a functional thing like building your own book light. Other times, it's just sort of creative, interesting applications that kind of sum up or work well with the material that was in the chapter that project is a part of. So a really cool idea. And like I said, a nice inclusion there. Some people are visual learners. They see and learn things just from, taking in pictures and words. And, other people and just, people in general, I think it, like I said, it activates a different part of your brain when you are actually, picking up bricks and building them with, an interesting, applicable goal in mind. So anyways, I think it's a really nice touch and a really nice addition to this book. Now, one of the things I wanted to highlight inside the book as well is just to reinforce the amazing photography work that's in here. Like I said, a lot of different builds, from Brick World Chicago and from other places that are highlighted in the pages here. And you can see just an excellent work on the photography and the displaying of those images. This is a lighted bridge that I remember seeing at Brick World Chicago. Really awesome work. This was the Henley Street Bridge by Peter Campbell from 2018. Just a really awesome use of lighting with Lego. And then, even great photography when highlighting the different lighting products. In this case, some elements that Lego released back in the 4.5 volt system. I actually have a few of those pieces in my collection. It was a really cool aspect of Lego back in the day. And, it's great to see these images here highlighting those products as he discusses all the, the different ways that you can light your light your Lego, both, with things that Lego has released in the past and things that are being released currently by third-party companies and other companies out in the world. And here's another example of an amazing image. This is from the Library of Druidham by Benjamin Stenland. Really, really awesome, work in that, and then just excellent photography of the build as well. So, these couple of examples, they're continued throughout the book, and just an excellent part of the experience of reading through and looking at this book. So overall, really happy with the Lego lighting book, Light Your Lego Models by Brian Williams. I will be, playing around a bit with some of the builds in the book here, and definitely using this as a resource as I continue to add lighting products throughout our city and the various builds that we have in our collection. And one of the other things that I really appreciate in reading through the book is that Brian also talks about just general lighting terms and how people reference different aspects of lighting when they're talking to other people about them. And I think that's excellent to have in the book as well, and to to have there for people to pick up and learn, because a really important aspect of building and asking questions about different products and ways of lighting is just starting to get a feel for that language, and the right words to look for when you are searching for stuff on the internet, and the right ways to talk about things when you are explaining things to other builders or other people who might not be in the Lego hobby but might have some experience with lighting in theater or other sort of avenues of life. So I really appreciate that aspect of the book as well. And I think just overall a really well written book and a really interesting read and resource to have on the shelf in your Lego room. So that concludes our look at the Lego lighting book, Light Your Lego Models. I'll include some links below if you're interested in looking at this book further. And you can also check, likely it'll be appearing in various bookstores. So always look around if you're not interested in picking it up off of Amazon or the No Starch Press website that I'll include below. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.